Hi, it's Joy. On July 14th, 2023, my silver metallic Tesla Model 3 celebrated its 5th anniversary. I cannot believe that I've had my Tesla for 5 years now. And per this channel's tradition, I am doing a 5-year ownership review. So let's get into it. First of all, my car has a little bit over 50,000 miles on the odometer. I know it's not a lot, but do keep in mind that I work from home Monday through Friday. So my drivings are mostly on weekends and some road trips to make up for about 10,000 miles per year of driving distance. Next, let's take a look at my battery health, which is the biggest concern for anyone who is interested in switching to an EV and especially a Tesla. People want to know what the main battery is like after certain years of ownership and after certain mileage that you put in on a car. My battery, according to the Stats app, the full battery capacity, if I were to charge up to 100% right now, is up to 73 kilowatt hour capacity, which is 2 kilowatt hour less than the original 75 kilowatt hour battery when I took delivery 5 years ago. So the degradation is just under 3%, which is really amazing after 5 years. I don't look at miles. I know people want to calculate, how many miles do you charge up to 100%? And then you use that to calculate the battery degradation. But using miles, it actually fluctuates. So according to the app, it says that my maximum range is down to 293 miles versus the original 310 EPA rated range when I picked up the car. But I actually today just charged it up to 100% just out of curiosity, and I am getting 296 miles of maximum range instead of the 293 rated maximum range that Stats app is giving me. So if you're calculating the battery degradation based on miles, just keep in mind that it's not going to be completely accurate. So I highly recommend an app like Stats, where it gives you the inner workings of the BMS and taps into the computer to give you a more accurate reading. This segues into charging costs, because if you've been following my channel, you would know that I actually do not have a home charger and I supercharge most of the time. And a lot of people have been saying that you should avoid doing supercharging or fast charging because it will degrade the battery faster and it's harmful to the battery. However, as you can see from the previous point, my battery degradation is actually less than 3% after all the supercharging. So according to the Tesla app, I have charged a total of 3,876 kilowatt hours in the last year. Again, no home charger, and 95% of those were supercharging, with 5% destination charging while I was on road trips. So if we were to calculate my supercharging costs from the last year, let's say here in California, the supercharging rate is a little bit higher than other states. I would say probably on the average of 45 cents per kilowatt hour. Then 95% of the 3,876 kilowatt hour times 45 cents per kilowatt hour gives me $1,657 in charging costs. And I would have paid instead $2,041 on gas based on California's average gas prices. And I think this is not even premium gas that my previous BMW was running on. So this gap would be even bigger if the average gas price is premium grade instead of the regular grade. So even with regular grade average California gas prices, I saved $384 this last year on gas money alone. So again, even though the supercharging rates have gone up, it is still cheaper than pumping gas. And same with people that do not have a home charger, like I don't. Supercharging is still cheaper than regular gasoline if you were to own a gas car. So that's my gas savings for the last year. Next, let's talk about maintenance. I thought very hard on this category about what I spent in the last year on maintenance, and I couldn't think of any. I literally spent nothing to maintain my Tesla Model 3 in this 5th year of ownership. Last year, in year 4, I changed a set of tires. I changed the air filters. I also changed the 12-volt batteries, and that was it. And this year, this car had been completely maintenance-free, which is amazing. I don't even remember what type of maintenance you would need to do if you were to drive a gas car after 50,000 miles and after 5 years of ownership. Pretty much you would probably need to do smog check, which I don't need to do. You will need to do oil changes, which I didn't do any. And at this time, I don't know, transmission flush, maybe? Engine leaks start happening. I know it started happening on my old cars. Maybe timing belt is starting to give out. I don't know. But my Tesla Model 3, 5th year, zero maintenance costs. Amazing. And then this leads us to warranties. So last year, in my 4th year review video, I mentioned that my basic warranty had expired. It was 50,000 miles or 4 years, whichever came first. And of course, the 4 years came first, then the 50,000 miles. However, I still have the battery and drive unit warranties for another 3 years until 2026 or until I hit 120,000 miles, whichever comes first. I think the 3 years will come faster than the 120,000 miles at this time. So my battery and drive unit are still under warranty, and I still have zero issues with my main batteries or with the way that this car drives. Some people would probably ask if I have extended warranty. This is a new product that Tesla had came out a couple months ago. Unfortunately, I am not qualified to purchase this extended warranty because it only applied to cars I think that were built after 2020 or 2021. I think my car, the 2018 model, doesn't qualify for that. But I don't need it anyway because the car still performs amazing, still drives new, and I don't see any reason why I need to purchase this extended basic warranty, because the main concern would be the battery and the drive unit, which are still under warranty. So this is the warranty situation for me for the 5th year. And I mentioned a little bit about the car performance, so let's talk about that. This car still drives the same as the day I picked it up 5 years ago. You know, when you own a gas car, after a few years, you will start to feel the car is getting older. when you step on the gas pedal, it doesn't launch as fast. It's kind of sluggish, right? But with electric motor, not just Tesla, but all EVs with electric motors, you don't have this issue. You step on the acceleration, the car just goes. So that's why this is so hard for me to believe that my car is already 5 years old, because I step on it, it drives just like the day I picked it up. So no problem with driving performance-wise. And I do have obviously external normal wear and tear. I got door dings, I got rot chips, I don't have any PPFs, I don't have any wraps on my car, I do not baby my car. And my car looks like my old gas cars around this age with the normal wear and tear externally. Internally, however, everything still holds up beautifully. And as you know, if you've been following my channel, I did do seat covers. My car seats were black originally because I didn't have any other options 5 years ago. But I've always wanted white seats. So I put on white seat covers a couple of years ago, and I did a video on it. And I can tell you that they still hold up beautifully. So I think there may be minor scuff marks on the steering wheel. But other than that, my car internally looks brand spanking new. It doesn't look like it's 5 years. So again, this car is just so durable, performance-wise, as well as quality-wise. And then let's talk about technology. So in the last year, actually not just in the last year, every single year since I started my channel about 5 years ago, when I did these yearly reviews, every single year, Tesla would push out a big software update, and they would change the UI and refine it a little bit more, maybe switch some of the app locations, and of course they will add new games and new features, new fun stuff, and just little tidbits. For example, I think in the last year they added additional information. When you are looking up a supercharger station, it gives you more information on how much weight you might anticipate if the supercharger you're trying to get to is full, or even better, when you're en route to that supercharger, if it's full, then the car will automatically tells you, hey, you should consider navigating to a different supercharger because that one is already crowded. So little things here and there. And these new features that I got throughout the year, they're at no extra charge. So the technology is constantly getting better, and it's updating, it's enhancing without any additional cost. So it's just amazing. And then, of course, I have full self-driving FSD. And in the last year alone, I can tell you, if you've been following my test route FSD beta video series, you would know that FSD beta, in my opinion, has gotten better from about 80% of the time to now 90% of the time. So the technology is improving. And interestingly enough, when I posted a celebration tweet on my Twitter, the infamous Mr. Gordon Johnson commented on my tweet, and he was asking, well, how much do you think that your car is worth now after 5 years? And I'm like, Gordon, you're not using your brain, because my car has all these new features, and my car drives itself most of the time, which takes so much stress out of me. That is priceless, and I don't plan on selling my car. anytime soon. I plan on driving this car for as long as it holds up because it's such a durable and robust vehicle for me. So if you're looking at the depreciation, I mean, pretty much any car that you purchase, when you drive out of the lot, it depreciates immediately. But Mr. Gordon Johnson, you're not looking at maintenance costs. I spent zero, like I said, on my 5th year maintenance. And how much did you spend trying to upkeep your gas car, Mr. Gordon Johnson? Did you factor those in? So the ROI is definitely much, much, much better with a Tesla or EV than a gasoline car, which again, he did not factor in. So this car in the long term is just so worth it, especially now with the $7,500 federal tax credit. Also in California, you can get up to another $7,500 rebate for the Clean Air Vehicle program. And it's just so much more affordable. When I got my car 5 years ago, I did get the $7,500 federal tax credit back and the maximum at the time $2,500 California Clean Air Vehicle program. And then another $450 at that time, 5 years ago, from my utilities company. So I received a little over $10,000 back in rebates and credits with my Tesla Model 3. And that helped me to be able to afford this car, which I don't have any more payments. So I fully own this car and I'm just super thrilled with it. And I plan on driving this car, like I said, for as long as I can, maybe another 15 years, who knows, until my hardware goes obsolete and it cannot handle all the new software, algorithm, and technology anymore. Oh, and one last thing. Yes, I still do have Tesla insurance, and thank goodness I haven't had the need to use it yet. So thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope I was able to clarify any confusions that you may have, address any concerns you may have about owning a Tesla and the longevity and the quality of this vehicle. I will see you in the next one, and God bless.